Hello, my name is Nitin. I'm a business coach and a results trainer. I've been in training for almost 17 years and I've trained more than 10,000 people. In my coaching, I have trained and coached more than 35 business owners. Today I'm here to present with you a case study of a real estate business owner. A business owner who has started back 10 years and now is pretty successful. When I first met him, I saw his style of work, how he does it and what he does, what is the problem and what solution we could provide to him. I found out that this person has a staff of 50 people who work in administration, HR, legal departments, sales, engineers, etc., etc. And then a lot of people around it. So there's like 3 rungs of people, with the top owner, a few people, then we have engineers, etc., and then we have all the laborers. We have accounts department. With all these departments, I started studying the style in which he worked. And soon I found out that in spite of having all these people at his command, the style of work was very primitive. Primitive in the sense, as they say, that the real estate business in India is very disorganized. So we do not have standard operating procedures, we do not have proper systems, we do not have proper ways in which things can be done. So the policies, the procedures, the vision, the culture, etc., all varied. And I am coming from a corporate background to help this guy find some way in which things can be done. So I would say in short, my work was to find out some method in the madness. How do you do that? So when I started coaching him, I started finding out more about this person and his style of work. His style of work is very autocratic. You ring the bell, call the person, give him work, not even asking any questions. So with this style of work, what he developed, the people around him were more loyal than they were capable. So what we started doing is, we started studying this system. We followed our 3S system that we do in the Wisdom Solutions. 3S system is said to be survey, solution and sustainability. So what we started doing is, we started working with every department, trying to find out what they do. And we started by a 1-month training to every department. My major work was to create systems for them, to find out how they can synchronize with each other and how information starts flowing, and most importantly, how this guy gets reporting on a day-to-day basis. I found out that he took a lot of reporting of people and he sat like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in his office, and people are waiting for him to get free and start reporting. And in reporting there's so much chaos and there was so much shouting and scolding and why didn't this happen and why this happened. So his style of work was giving work to one person, then giving another person to following him up, then following another person. So all this led to a lot of chaos. So we started working with one department. We asked him what he wanted. He said that I wanted a proper reporting system. He wanted people to tell him what has happened. So management information system was not in place. Processes to be followed. And he needed to have all of that in his desk. Mind you that he was not at all tech savvy. He had an iPhone and an iPad, etc., but he never used it to great effect. He had a lot of things written down that this has to be done, this has to be done. And there was this long list of to be done things, around 150 of that. So we started working with each and every department. First we took the legal department and the corporation department, what these people are doing and how are they reporting, because there's major departments. So we took every department, found out what this department does. So we worked with those people, 5 of them, we talked to them and we literally drew out the process. Surprisingly, they did not know what the process is. They were knowing it, but these things were like memory based. If they remembered it, it happened. If they didn't remember, it did not happen. And that really made the big guy very angry. So we chalked down the entire process. And then we started creating a system a system of reporting. Now this can be done through the internet, through emails, and it can reach the guy very easily. So we started doing that, and we got all these legal people, corporation people on one platform. So what we did is we created a whiteboard kind of a thing where every person started now reporting into that system. So we did with the corporation legal department, we worked with them for a month, and we got everybody on a system, and the reporting started happening. There was less of chaos and more of peace of mind. Then we took the sales department, the engine of the business. We found out that there are 3 sites in which sales was happening. Surprisingly, there were 3 people around it who were actually managers of the sales, but the processes of start to end were known only to 3 people, and the executives who were working used to always call these 3 people, what has to be done next, what has to be done next. So we found out there were 3 rungs. Rung number 1 was the owner, the next rung were the managers, the next one were the executives. Now when these 3 rungs are working, with the owner and the first rung only knowing what has to be done, and the rest of the people were not knowing, the executives who were actually working. So what started happening is, when the executives were not knowing, there was a lot of reverse delegation, a lot of escalation. People used to come and say that I have come from this place, I spoke to the owner, I want a discount. Now when we do not know the start and end of it, then we start following up with our owner saying that, okay, you have done this. So the managers were stressed, the owners were a lot of stressed, and the executives are not knowing anything. So we created a process, a proper process of working. And you'd be surprised to know that there are 33 steps till a person can really say that I am the owner of this flat, starting from the inquiry and breaking down the smaller steps till the parking allotment and the handover of the keys. With these 33 steps in place, life became easy for all the executives. The reporting was easier to the managers, and the most peaceful person then was the big guy, the owner. So in 1 month's time, everything got streamlined, and we started putting them in the whiteboard now. Now we are working with the accounts department, getting everything in place, and we found out that their complaints were very different. How the materials come in, how the materials go out, who are they paying things, how are everything's getting executed. Surprisingly found out that all the systems were different, because in the accounts we had a guy who was very old school, not following any technology at all. And then we started streamlining them too. So now we created new systems. We questioned processes that they were following. They were very primitive processes, as simple as following a diary, writing down things. And the vendors used to come with diaries, here's the diary, give me the money. And the owners used to sit signing checks, maybe 100 checks in a day. So we chucked out all that old system and brought in new system work. It's not as easy as I'm saying it. It takes months to do this, but we are doing this. Then we are taking the site engineers. Who is doing what? We found out there was no system in which everything can be connected. The accounts, the sales, the site engineers, and the owners. So we started creating a system of connection with all of them. And now we have a proper system. As per the owner, he just works with his iPad, giving tasks to people, allotting tasks, and getting reporting, commenting. Now this guy wants everything in picture format, so we give them that system as well. So with this entire thing, life is becoming much and much more easier, work is happening much more faster, there is less of frustration, and there's more of peace of mind and freedom, and the work is getting more celebrated. So this is a case study of where there were no system at all, no processes, very disorganized sector, moving on to a proper systematic and much more better flow of information and greater peace of mind. So friends, if you are receiving this, we can do this for your organization as well. So if you are receiving this communication, please get in touch with us. We have a fantastic system that can work for you, and it can give you more power, freedom, and peace of mind. Thank you very much.